Hey everyone, no respawns here. Hope you're having a grand week. So in this video, we'll be making a wee farmhouse or homestead kind of thing in this flat area here. So where are we? We are just northwest-ish of Vault 76 and southeast-ish of Anchor Farm. Anchor Farm, of course, being that place from the Wastelanders trailer. Trailer that shows a couple of settlers in there. It's got the crash plane. It's really easy to recognize. So I'm going to be playing around with the fences in this quite a bit because I want a fenced off area. Now the fences are a bit of a ball ache because if you want to connect them all together, you have to kind of do a little bit of twatting around. I have to get these completely lined up first, though. That should be fine. Yeah, because I'm gonna build part of the house on this, so this outcropping is kind of sheer against it, just because it looks really nice from one side. Now the thing is, the fences do this, which is you have to sink them down as low as you can, and often they'll still be a little bit. Yeah, this part here. So I need to get this as low as. Oh, actually, that's quite low. All right, okay. Often I'll have to like snap back. Say move something here and then snap it backwards. I might have to do that now, actually. Yeah, see, it's a bit lower this time. And that apparently does not just want to go there at all, because fuck my life. There we go. Right, there it is. And now I can snap this one further down. Not too far down, because I don't want the fences to be weirdly low. And then I can snap them back this way. And I did double check. Is that, see, that's moved a little bit, so we're going to just, what I don't want to do is do all this fence nonsense and then have it, you know, not work. Hypothetically, that's happened before. Right. Yeah, see, there's a nice little gap, because, so this will all be connected to a foundation, as you'll see in a sec. Right, so I want it 1, 2, 3, no, we'll only have it 3 deep. Trick with the fence. Trick with the fences as well. Is ooh, that's a bit too low there. Is you can also. God damn it! Snap you back on there. On that one. God damn you, fucking Christ. Is you can also use corner bits, as I'll show in a sec. Corner bits, because they have further snapping points, tend to be a little bit less mean and nasty when it comes to some of the snappage, which is quite nice. Cool, you're gonna let me snap it on the corner now. There we go. I'll show the other bit in a sec, though. Back around. And there we go. Cool. Grand. So we're gonna put a gate on in a sec. I just want to check that these all snappy and round a bit better. So that's gonna be where the thing is. So we're going to want one over there. But let's pop a gate. And I want a gate in the front here. Probably. Where this rock is. But I'm going to. Oh, maybe I should have it here. Just so I don't have to worry about the rock at all. Yeah, let's have it on the. No, let's have it here. But I'll just put something in front of the rock. So you can't really. Yeah. Or maybe we should have it there. Let's have it here. Just to save a little bit of headache. Right, now. I can't snap in. That because of. One, because there's an ambulance driving by my house and therefore making loads of noise. Instantly, that's the first one of the entire day, but I summon them when I hit the record button. But also because, more importantly in game, this just the way the certain elements of this will work is it just will not want to snap on anything. But what you can do is you can be clever. You can be sneaky, real sneaky. So what I'm going to do is that is perfectly in line with them now. Then I'm going to get my little gate. I'm going to get myself... I'm positioning my camera, and I'm moving myself. So now I'm not going to touch my movement button at all. Cancel. Not moving my camera. Store. And then I'm going to slowly move this, because it'll be a little bit... It'll be a bit... Oh, wait. There we go. There we go. Get in there. There we go. It'll still be a little bit weird. But then I have to kind of... That'll get as close as I can. And I can check the fences. See, that one's fine, but... These gates are horrific. But basically, you can line them up with the one you're just removing. See, it's moved in a bit more than I would have liked. Normally, you can do it in one hit, which is really annoying. But apparently, because basically, sometimes you place these down and they just don't want to be placed for no reason other than screw you. God, you really don't want to go there, do you? See, like there, for no reason, and therefore you have to do lots of wizardry to get it in. I have literally gone off at a funny angle with that. How have I managed to do that? Let's try that again. Let's try that fully again from the start. Because that just... Take it off. It's funny, when I did it on the actual, like, practice selves, I did it first time. Because obviously. But it's fine. It's not, it's really bloody annoying, but, it's not... Thanks for that, dear. See, then it placed it first bloody time. Dickhead. Fucking stupid bloody... Anyway, that's what's meant to happen. So you line it up, and that way that's basically as sheer as you're going to get it. And now you have a working gate. I can't believe it just wouldn't place. I hate that noise with a fire passion. I have nightmares of that noise. But as you can see, now we've got a fully grand fence. Incidentally, it didn't happen on this side. But if you can't place this... If I show it... Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So I can't place that down there because it's floating. But if I place an end piece on, it's fine. So that's what I mentioned earlier. Right. Next bit. Now the floors. You'd think something so simple would be so hard, but life is cruel and unfair. So this might go wrong and I'll cry. There we go. We need to snap you there like that. Oh, no, you're going to be shit if I go there. I'll go there. Right, so now I've snapped that onto that. So I've snapped that one onto there, so it's now perfectly sheer. I'm going to select this one, the one far away, and we're going to raise it up using the wrong button. So I'm holding down the select place key, and I'm just holding, in this case, using an Xbox controller and using the top little bumper buttons. And I'm raising this up as far as it'll go. Voila. And now I have these foundations perfectly sheer. And they should... it needs to go up a little bit more. There we go. You're gonna just do that, are you? Oh, that's because you're gonna be a knob. Thank you, dear, for that. I've mentioned this a million times, but it is all about build order with all this nonsense. Just sometimes you have to jump through a lot of hoops. There we go. I tried to do this video earlier, and this was actually not sheer, and I got really angry. I got really mad, and I had to stop recording for a little bit. My flatmates must just think I swear about the weirdest shit ever. God damn it! Stupid fucking walls. Anyway, so this is gonna look grand. I'm happy now. I'm in a good mood because it worked. And we're all good. Plus, the sun is shining. So yeah, this is quite... I just wanted like a little kind of cozy fenced off farm area, which is what we're doing here. Right, so we're going to have this set here. Yeah, then we're going to step back a bit, aren't we? Let me get this in there. Gonna snap up. There we go. Thank you, dear. I've made it a little bit dumpier. So my last farm was actually a little bit bigger than this. By 1 square, but I've decided to make it a little bit more compact because of the fact that I think it uses space a bit better. Cool, so this is the little way up. Right, now I'm going to make a wee little house. I said I wanted this to be kind of like a small farm homestead. I didn't want to be like a massive thing. But, you know, you can just effectively, if you want, just kind of scale everything up. I was debating what walls to use. I was going to use the barns, but to be honest, they just don't work. They just don't do it for me, you know what I mean? Right. Okay. And then... And then... I just like making... One thing, even though we do have quite a limited palette to use, shall we say, I do quite like that we have... this kind of snapping, because you just didn't have these in Fallout 4, and I do quite like them. Right, so next... incidentally, I haven't, if you read the latest Into the Vault... Is that too high? No, it's not, it's fine. The latest Into the Vault, they show you a picture of one of the new settlements, and if we don't get some of the walls in that, I'm gonna riot. Well, I'm gonna complain on Twitter, but, also riot. Mostly cry, but I just really want the walls, they look really good. Don't deny me the walls, Bethesda. That's mean. Okay, I want this one. Got like a whole church tower thing going is what I want to do. I'll do it like that then instead. And we'll pop this. The thing about houses, right, is that it's very easy to make them look boring. And so I'm always trying to kind of, like, even when I do something small, just trying to make it a little bit... Because it's got to also look exciting on the outside. Can't look, well, it can look dull, but you don't want it to look dull, because dull houses are dull and shit. Right, so that should look quite fine on the outside now. Yeah, it has a little bit of a barn thing going on. Also, I've got a cool thing that I learned. So basically, I've always wanted to put a fire inside this little roof thing here. So basically, when it's night time, and it'll be all lit up. But it's an absolute nightmare to get anything that looks good. But what you can do is... do that. Intersects with what? Oh, that. Right, we'll have a little wall thing there instead. It's fine. Come on. Yeah, over the way. I'll have to be on the top, aren't I? Yes, I'm going to have to be on the roof. Alley up. And we have to go. Take you out. Whoop. And then love a bit of marsupial. I'm going to get my camera. Cool, thanks, camera. That's just the best that you do that. I've got it in there now. You're not just gonna be a knob, are you? You're just gonna be a knob. Thanks, love. Or do I actually? I do want it to go around, don't I? Ah, that's gonna be annoying. We will have to move some bits around because that's gonna not let. God damn it. Doesn't even make any sense. It's not holding it up though, is it, you div? Idiot. Right, I have to put that, because I want that facing that way, not the other way. So I'm going to have a different roof. Yeah. Okay, we'll do it this way instead. Right. All this effort for what is fuck all. Yeah, there we go. So we'll put this roof on instead. That's better. Otherwise, we're going to have like an inward-facing wall, and that will annoy me no end. Right, so now we actually do have to back up here again. I'll put that back on in a sec. Okay, now we take this off. This will be worth it. I mean, I'm literally just going to put a lamppost inside here. Can I knock up there? Get in, dickhead. Right. So yeah, basically, you can just squeeze one of these in. And you get a nice little glow. I might actually be a bit, you can fit one in the centre. I'm going to try a few if you can fit a couple in. So it's nice and glowy. I don't know if this will work. You can fit one in the centre, but we'll just try and take the piss a bit, basically, and have a load. So it's nice and glowy. Should be fine, actually, because it's quite high. Yeah, it's massive. Yeah, there we go. So that's all glowy there. It looks great. You can actually make that one tile shorter as well, which is what I did in my last one. So you can actually make it half tile and it just squeezes in. But you keep this closed. You don't want those open. I mean, you can have those open if you like. So that'll be a nice little kind of like a glowy top there, which will be all grand. Right, so what are we doing now? We're going to add railings. And we're going to do a lot of funky decoration. Funky. Right. We're in that weird period in Fallout 76 where we're all just kind of waiting for Wastelanders to come out. And I just, like, I want more toys to play with. Geef new toys, god damn it. Although they are doing pretty good on the Atom Store. I won't lie. I'll probably play around with the Nuka-Cola stuff at some point. Where's me defense? I was literally just in the defenses tab a second ago. God damn it. Now you can, now that I've got these here, snap these here, but they don't go for very long. I might be able to get them wrist on, but I'd be surprised. Oh, wait, no. Ah, see. Ah, I need support. You need support, dick. Can I snap that one on? Or is that just not going to have it? Is that just not going to have it? Are you just not going to have it? You're not going to do that? Alright, okay, fair enough. I'll just... See, it's weird, because it says it needs support, but needs support from what? Like, what do you need support from, you dick? Anyway, that at least on one side looks quite nice. Rightio, so let's do a little bit more on the gate. So I did pick up some of these, and I think I showed them in the last video because they're quite nice. I don't know if they're available anymore, but they will be again, I'm sure. They might be available, I'm not sure. Which are these ones, and they're quite nice little signs. I'm a big fan of signs. Just loads of them everywhere would be nice. So we're going to make a little bit of a thing here for greeting. Get a little bit of a matey boy sitting down. Where are we? I couldn't get the cowboy one, and I'm really annoyed of these. I couldn't get the cowboy one. I was upset I couldn't get the cowboy one. Right. And early up. Voila. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bugger off, and I'm going to give this a nice little detailed decorating, and then give you guys a slow tour, and we can have a crafty look-see. One sec. And we are done. Quite pleased with how this turned out. So I've done the tour just as it's starting to get dark, just because this has got quite some nice cozy lighting, as you can see, and it's quite cool. So let's do a little bit of a tour on that side. I do have a Brahmin, so if they start making noise, sorry about that. I normally don't have Brahmin, but they tended to fit quite well with this, and I've deliberately left a lot of space so they shouldn't walk all over stuff. So let's just go around the outside. So I've got the big silo there. It's a nice size. I was expecting it to be bigger, and I'm glad it's not as big as I thought it would be, which is quite nice, because it's sizable. With me, I like things like this, because it's basically just a pointless decorative item, and I like pointless decorative items. They're the best. I've kind of mentioned this a few times, so I think that we should just have more pointless decorative bits, like, you know, boxes that don't actually do anything, more for just decorating bits, because they're quite nice. And that is exactly the kind of thing that I like. And that is, you know, ostensibly I could see a Wastelander making something like that. It doesn't look out of place, which is quite grand. I also picked up this as well. I didn't know where to put it, so I sort of like the idea that it's kind of on the outside of the farm, ready to have the Brahmin drag it away with all the supplies to the local shop. And I've got my wee bits here. And I've got... There actually is meant to be a turret there. I forgot to put it down. Let's put the turret... Do I have any space for the turret? Destroying the magic, but there is meant to be a turret there. Where's my turret? Turrets and traps. There it is. I don't have any gears left, so no more turrets. It's fine. There is normally a turret there. So let's go out here. So see, I left quite a lot of open space for the Brahmin, so that way they can actually, you know... Basically, because they do walk around all over the place and they get in the way. But I think this one's probably going to be pretty solid. Because they tend to... Yeah, they might potentially wander over here. I do have this here with all my corn. I've mentioned this in a previous video. I didn't think of this idea. Can't for the life remember who showed me. It was... They sent me a video. And I will probably focus it on again in another video. But basically, ostensibly, what you do is you... make a blueprint with them like that, and then you can place them a little bit close to each other. But as you can probably see already, it's a little bit hit and miss, and you do tend to have to rotate. I'm eventually going to do a tips video where everything is concentrated, and I will show that again and also go back to my old videos and find the person who showed me so I can shout them out again, because it's a really handy little tip. So we've got this wee bit here. I kept it quite compact because this is quite a small player home, which I quite like because it means you have more build room to actually decorate it later on, but it also just keeps it nice and kind of close together. So I've got my little, obviously, workshop area here. I've got my little place here for buying stuff, and the inside is exceptionally cozy, and I quite like it. I'm getting a kind of a floor pan I tend to repeat now with my interiors, especially my little c.a.m.p cooking plus kitchenette area, which I quite like, so I'm sort of expect to see that replicated but also refined over the time. So yeah, this is quite good. Let me go on the outside. We'll give you I'll use camera mode so we can see it from it better. I also did, let me just pop up here. I also changed this a little bit and actually made a load of tires with a with a thing on top instead, like a little campfire, because I just thought it looked a little bit nicer. Right, so let me just get on this because this is a good angle to actually show you. Oh, and I'm gonna hide myself. There we go. So yeah, this is quite cool. I think it captured the vibe which I was trying to go for, which was just kind of like kind of Finch Farm or Abernathy Farm in Fallout 4. That was sort of the look I was trying to go for here. That's a good YouTube video screenshot right there. And yeah, no, I'm quite pleased. It's cozy, which is what I'm trying to get. I wanted it to feel like it was just purely, this is a farm. We do farm stuff here. I'd probably maybe consider broadening out, because currently right now, ultimately, this isn't enough produce for you to sell, is it? Obviously then in Fallout 4 it was the same anyway, so you could hypothetically make it so there was more crops everywhere and make it like so it goes out a little bit further, rather than my little kind of collection of corn there. But anyway, hope you guys like that, gave you a few ideas. The fences thing is very handy, because obviously even though if you're not building farms, just knowing how to align fences like that, and especially popping a gate on, which took me a lot of... It's way simpler than I thought, but it took me a lot of screwing around to get it the way I liked. It is quite handy because you can do other things with it. Anyway, I'm going to have more videos up soon. I've got a video on a game with the embargo dropping on Tuesday. So I'll have a video up on Tuesday. And then I'll probably have a video up on the Friday or the weekend. I'm going to be in France, so I will not be able to record them in France, but I'm going to record my Tuesday video in advance. Anyway, until the next video, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. As always, follow me on Twitter if you want to see what I'm up to, especially when I'm in France, and on Instagram as well, both at norespawns. And I'll talk to you other people soon. You take care.